And it's a simple app where the user wants to be able to know the schedule, to set a schedule for the client when he wants his dog walked, and the user also, the dog walker also wants to know, have a picture of the animal and its name. Okay? And because some of the animals have different temperaments, he wants to make notes on what the temperament of the animal is. Okay? And so this is the first part of the application. Simply show a picture of the animal and its name, and have notes on the temperament, and schedule the client's dog walk. Okay? 3 simple things. And from this client, we're going to need to know their name, right? And what other information? Let's just say we have the name and maybe an address, and let's say address possibly for that client. Okay. On the first screen, we're going to have let's see. We know we could probably have some splash screen, but we want to get to the main information for this app. So, dog walker app, we're going to have the client's name and address. So that would be some kind of a text field. Let's see. Let's say we would use this, even though this sometimes is used as a list. Let's just say the client's name and address, the information. We want to set a schedule for the dog. Now, even though these aren't time things, these are actually arrows. We can just improvise with our little devices here. So we have a schedule. Let me use something that even though these represent buttons, each one will have a schedule. Let's say these are little clocks. Because let's say the dog gets walked 3 times a week. And let's put this in the corner here. Let's say these are little clocks. Okay? And let's say we have day 1, day 2, day 3. And let's say when you click this clock on Monday, a calendar will pop up in a time that you can select. Monday, 3:30. Friday at 3 o'clock. And then on Saturday at noon. Okay? Let's say those are the 3 scenarios. 3 choices that the user makes. And this is just a preliminary, and I'm just thinking off the top, like we're in a session, and just thinking of how we might set that app up. Okay, so let's instead of writing, we'll just write name, address. Doing a lot of writing on this particular app. Then, what did we have? We also had below here that we wanted to set the schedule for the dog walk, and we wanted a picture of the animal. Now I have this picture here of really representing a human being. Okay, so let's set that right here. And let's assume that in this case, the human and his pet are pictured next to each other. Okay. Next, let's make sure we have owner's name. And we say Fluffy and we're going to put a note on Fluffy's temperament. And I have this little paragraph item right here. Okay. And let's say, now we think about it, we do have a piece of information where we could get everything from the owner. Let's say we know that the owner's Facebook account, right? You might just want to put a Facebook icon there. That's a little. Or we may even want to create it. What if this picture doesn't exist? Perhaps we want to create a button where we'll take a picture of Fluffy the next time we see him, and it will go into the app. Okay, there may be some choices. Let's say instead of this paragraph, we keep entering in the same information, but in a paragraph format that we can't use. Let's say we want to keep, because the information keeps being pretty consistent. Let's say we want to use checkboxes to represent what Fluffy's behavior actually is. And let's say that the important things are he likes other animals. For example, in most cases, that probably should be true. If you're gonna have a dog you kind of want to walk. Aggressive. No, Fluffy is sweet. Let's say. How about, what's one other characteristic? To say you always use chicken is okay as a snack. For some reason, maybe it's a difference with some animals. Just giving an example. Okay, now we're going through this scenario with the group. We have a basic outline of how we want the app, just the basic functionality. But people in the group are saying, I don't like how these things are positioned. First of all, we don't want to lose this, so we can just get our handheld camera phone, take a picture of it, and we'll have a record of what we've changed or where we've been. Or we can just videotape the entire training session. Okay? So we're knowing that this information is probably not as important. And this, who is this app for? This app is for us. If it's for us, the dog walker, then we care about this information in this format. But let's see some things we might want to change. Or if the dog walker is our client. So owner's name and address. Say that's not as important. Say we don't even need that information because it's already stored up and we get it straight from our link with our Facebook account. So we just want to have a button that links us to the Facebook account. Let's see. Let's just say it's be a button. And then I say log. May have some note there. Okay. Next, we pretty much may want to show that picture of the owner and Fluffy together. Right here. And let's say we're always going to take a picture on our own, and we're not just going to upload it directly. So they just say we don't need that. And let's say instead of having all this information here, we're going to have this all in a box because we're going to save time. We're going to use this collapsible component. Okay? We're going to have a collapsible component that's going to reveal all this information. Okay? And this is going to be the behaviors. Now, what we can do is we can place these right on our collapsible component because all we're doing is just showing maybe how it's going to work. Let's see right there. Simple enough. And let's say we want to keep the time there. And let's see. Let's say we also want to be able to search for animals or owners. And then all this information comes up. So, but let's say this is actually in a format that we're going to submit. Is there anything else we may need? And we may want to be able to get back to the home screen of the application. Okay. And very important, let's say, we may also want to be able to email the owner from time to time. And perhaps, maybe, in some cases, we not only have a picture, we may have a video of Fluffy and his owner interacting. Or perhaps we even have a video of him, of some behaviors that aren't easy to describe. For example, how he's pulling on a chain as we're walking. Maybe we'll have an explanatory section that we can put in extra notes about Fluffy. And let's see.